Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us again on our podcast, Moms on the Move. I'm Jen.
I'm Ashley.
And we are here with Meg James.
Yay!
Meg is my son's friend's mom.
Yes, correct.
But she's not here for that. She's here because she is a travel blogger and she owns a website called Go and Do Good.
Yes.
So do you want to explain a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So in 2019, my husband and I went to Machu Picchu. Wow. The ultimate vacation.
I went to the zoo.
I should back up. Before that, we did lots of different travels.
Yeah.
And I started to write about them just for fun. I love writing and I love traveling, so I combined the two as a travel writer. But in 2019, we went to Machu Picchu and everything changed. I found a hotel there called Soli Luna, which gave back to the community in such a big way. They actually run a school for impoverished Peruvian children that would not go to school otherwise.
Wow.
And my heart was just so changed on travel. And so I decided to form a hotel directory called goanddogood.com that shares about hotels that give back generously to others.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Your website was like so legit. I do have like a little bit of a funny story. A little insulting, a little funny.
Great.
Great.
Why did you bring me here? Wait, this is all positive.
So
okay.
you're from New Jersey?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can handle me.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
I feel like am I gonna have to like?
am
I gonna have to separate you?
I'm turning purple. Okay.
So you were like, you reached out. So our friend Bennett and Griffin, our friends, and you were like, "Hey, I would love to be on your podcast." And I was like, "Oh, that's bold." Like I thought we were gonna just talk about Bennett and Griffin, and then you like sent me this website, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like she's like legit." And you're like,
"Oh my god."
And then you sent me the Instagram, and then I was like, "Man, I'm actually a charity case because she's like
You're
30,000 viewers."
You're helping us out.
Yeah,
Thank
my
you.
God. And I put like, and I was thinking like how I felt like so like humbled because I was like,
You're
oh
so
man,
funny.
now we're the charity case.
We are.
But at
You're
the time I was
not.
like, that was so
Yes, we are.
bold.
That's
What are we
okay.
possibly going to talk
Well,
about?
I think that they
Bennett
could have
and
probably
Griffin.
done their own podcast though. I
Bennett and
think
Griffin.
they deserve their own podcast.
The boys.
But,
Yes,
yeah.
they're very adorable. So anyway, you have a huge following, which I did find out after. So like 30,000 followers. You have traveled all over the world. So I was like deep diving into your blog. You have a blog and a website, and it's impressive.
Thank you.
You recently had a trip to Virginia that I thought was pretty cool that I wanted you to talk about.
So COVID obviously changed everything.
Right.
When you're in travel writing, you don't see a pandemic coming, especially when you just launched last year.
Yeah.
So we started to change our plans and look for hotels that gave back in the U.S. And we just moved here, by the way, which I shared. We moved from Florida, so we're new to Greenville. So I started to look for hotels near Greenville that were drivable because my kids hate being in the car.
Yes.
And so we found a hotel called Primland, which you said you have family at, which is awesome, near there. And that's in Virginia. It's in Meadows of Dan, Virginia, about 3 hours from here. And it's a hotel that gave back to the community during COVID. So when COVID hit, they actually gave their furloughed employees bonuses, had food pantries and just things available for them. So we went on an amazing vacation, but to share about the good they were doing.
And it's a beautiful drive to get there. It's not far from the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Yep.
I mean, it is just beautiful. It is, you hear God's country all the time. It is beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And you said they had a lot of activities for kids.
They do. They had like kids archery and just like little fake hunting activities. We looked for salamanders and just really fun outdoor family safe travel.
Because you have 2 boys.
2 boys, yeah.
Okay.
So one's 8, one's 5.5. So they could just get muddy and gross, and they were welcome to come back into the hotel. And that's our kind of hotel.
And there's stuff for older kids, ATV riding. Like there's a lot of stuff to do up there.
Oh, there's so much to do. It's all about the great outdoors, but it's just so good knowing that you're going there and you're helping give back to a hotel that's helping others.
It is different because it is a little bit of a splurge trip, I would say. I mean, the prices, but knowing that it is going to a good cause, I think makes a difference.
Yeah, I will say most of the hotels in the directory are a higher price point, but it's because they're giving a large portion of that back to the community.
Right. Now, you said you moved here you're from New Jersey.
Right.
Okay.
Ocean City, too.
Okay, yes.
So I grew up going to Ocean City every summer.
So funny. So I'm from Ocean City.
Okay.
And she had said that she vacationed. Which street was it?
17th and Haven.
17th.
Is that a good area? You know Ocean City.
Yeah. So, small
what part
world.
of Florida?
So Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, so the northern part. Okay.
Yeah, she's like, yeah.
I'm from Miami.
She's from
Oh,
Florida.
you are? Okay, yeah.
So you have been in Greenville now for how long?
About 6 months. We
6
were
months.
pandemic movers.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. And they moved into this very cool farmhouse in Simpsonville.
Yeah, we are on what we think, even beyond the travel director, is our most fun, craziest adventure.
That's amazing.
So my husband is kind of from Florida, lived in warm places, and I wanted season change again. I just missed the fall and winter. And so we identified Greenville. I guess it's a hot buzz city, right? Everyone's moving
It really
here.
is.
And so we actually came right before the pandemic in January, loved falls and downtown and just, like everyone does, just fell in love with it. And we decided, you know what, let's just move here. And so my husband resigned right before the pandemic. And then his company kind of said, you know what, you can be remote.
Wow.
So now
That's
we
great.
own a 3-acre farmhouse in Five Forks right on Scuffletown.
Yeah.
And my husband gets to do life with us. So
That's
it's been a
great.
huge blessing.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Five Forks.
Woohoo.
Shout out.
Yep. I just put a post last night. I was at the Wine Express in Five Forks, which used to be a Rite Aid.
Oh,
So we
looks
call
like
it
a Rite Aid.
we
Yeah. In hindsight, yeah.
we call it the Bharmacy. So
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it looks like a Rite Aid.
so
And they
there
know
was-
you there.
They do, and so there's food trucks. So we'll go and get food
Yeah.
from the food truck and drink, and we hang out at the Bharmacy.
Oh
so
my God.
fun.
The
That's what we do in
lobster
Five
one,
Forks.
The lobster one gets hundreds
Cousin's
of
Main
people.
Lobster. It's
Yeah.
bananas. Yeah.
Okay, I need to do it.
Cousin's Main.
I will
Lobster.
say that's probably the highlight of quarantine and COVID has been the food trucks that come to neighborhoods.
Yeah, I need to do it.
We started. I think I had like the ice cream truck come out first, and then we've just started progressively
Nice.
getting more food trucks.
Yeah.
Now they are actually doing markets.
Yes.
So I put the application in to get a market in our neighborhood. So they have like support small businesses, and they'll do their own tents and have food trucks and everything. But it's been, in my opinion, the highlight.
I totally agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
At one point, it was dinner time, and I walk out my front door because I live across from the street that goes to the clubhouse, and like 10 paces from my front door, there was a taco truck, and I'm like,
Dream.
Yeah, it's meant to be.
yeah, the small silver linings over a bad situation. so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, from your perspective, what are your favorite things that you've noticed in Greenville? Like family friendly that you have really appreciated? Like we've been here now for so long,
Yeah.
but as somebody new, what sticks out to you?
So Jacksonville as a city
Yeah.
is not family friendly.
Okay.
There's not a ton of things to do. Like we would take our kids down to the river there, and there wasn't much activity to do.
Yeah.
So what I love about going downtown here is like Mice on Main, like
Yeah,
those fun
cute stuff.
activities. You know,
Yeah.
we read the book and then we look for them. And when my son, even my oldest son, finds one, he screams and
Aw.
Traveler's Rest is
Yeah.
such
So
a
cute.
gem. I know.
It
I really
is.
wanted to move there. That was
Okay.
our original goal.
Okay.
Just couldn't find the right house, but it's gorgeous. So we try to go there as much as possible. We love Gateway Park down there,
Okay.
which is a bike riding park.
Yes.
So you can bring your bikes in the car and the kids do the jumps and stuff. So
Yep.
that's been really fun. So I think just that it's so hip, and there's great restaurants and there's great cocktails and there's so many
For
things
the
to do.
size of the city, we have really good food and
Really good
Yeah.
food.
People are
Yeah.
surprised.
Yes.
I just had this conversation with a client. He was saying when his friends come to visit, they think it's some small town, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Do you have like a taco restaurant?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Right.
And like the amount of restaurants and breweries.
Yeah.
Is there restaurants that are your favorites?
Yeah, so we keep joking that we're going to try something besides Gianna. Like we
Yeah.
get down there, we park there, we do the falls. We've had
Falls Park.
10 of the weekends we've had visitors since we've moved here.
Okay.
And so we always do the same thing. We go to Gather Greenville
Okay.
for drinks, and then we go to Gianna for dinner. So we're like, you know what, this time we're going to do something different.
Yeah.
And we've done Sobeys, we've done other things, but we always land on Gianna.
Yeah.
It's our favorite.
And the view helps being upstairs
it's
with
gorgeous.
the yeah.
It's just
beautiful.
consistent.
It
I
Right.
love it.
It is.
Yes. There's like some small, like I recently did a little post on the soda shop in North Main. So we used to live in North Main, and there's this old timey, like I love it. It has like the little ice cream bar and just all the antiques, and I love that. And then on Stone Avenue, Universal Joint is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think what else. There's like a lot of breweries that people love.
Yeah.
Habitat.
Habitat
Great
over
restaurant.
over Woodruff and what is that, Miller Road?
Miller Road.
Yeah, and they
Yep.
have great brunch.
Okay.
They have a great brunch. And then if you're looking Simpsonville, big fan of Stella's. So Stella's in
I love
Simpsonville.
Simpsonville. I was about to say Simpsonville.
Yeah.
Everything by that clock tower, and they're building the tap room now.
Yep.
And
Yes,
thing-
yes.
They're building a mini Gather Greenville.
Yeah.
There.
They
Yeah.
are. It
Yeah.
looks so cute.
It's the Burdette building.
When is that supposed to
I don't know, but
I'm not sure, but there's it's called the Upstate Arcade and Pinball Museum or something, but it's in Simpsonville, and they've got these really cool old pinball machines, old video games, like you're playing Donkey Kong and all kinds of other fun stuff. Super, super fun. We went pre-COVID, and I believe it's open again.
Yeah.
So that's in Simpsonville as well. And then downtown, so my sister's celiac, so always trying to find gluten-free restaurants. Pomegranate downtown.
Yep.
Yeah, that is good. I have
So
been
good.
there.
Yeah. And it's safe for her to eat. So if you've got somebody celiac, check out Pomegranate. And the same thing, consistent.
Right.
Consistent.
Yeah.
We don't really get to go out much to restaurants because of the boys. You know, the baby. The big boys now.
Yeah, they can hang.
Yeah, they can hang. I recently had my birthday, and it was just supposed to be my husband and I, and then Bennett woke up that morning and he told me he wanted to take me out to dinner.
You can't reject that.
No,
He
you
was
have
not
to.
rejected,
Yeah.
so we all went. We got a babysitter for the baby. So
Yeah. Well, that's enough of a treat.
it was. It was like it was just finally like we got to go out again. And anyway, I remember like after the quarantine, the first time we went out to Tipsy Taco, and I was so excited to be out in public. I don't
there were
need to
people
go
there,
I
that's
don't
for
need to
sure.
go out much, but like just sometimes. And they had a good outdoor area.
Like they were agile. I will say Tipsy Taco, and you'll talk about it in a minute. We've got a giveaway from them. So
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, Tony King and who's Tony's Pizza, and Lazaro Montoto, who is Tropical Grill. Amazing people, just in general, amazing restaurants. But they were so agile. I mean, the minute COVID came down, they got that huge tent out there. They were
what
making
we
it.
ate, yep.
Yeah, they were trying to make it happen in a really safe, responsible way. So shout out, thanks, gentlemen, for keeping us fed and
Yeah.
imbibed.
And that the giveaway, if you like, comment, and share, it's a giveaway to Tipsy Taco and his other new restaurant coming out.
Yeah, it's called Fatty's, and it is in the old Tropical Grill location on Woodruff Road, next to Smoothie King, kind of across. I'm trying to think of what's directly across where like the
Goodwill.
Yeah, there's a Goodwill and there's a church right there, but they're supposed to have really good salads. Yes.
Okay, good.
Salads at Fatty's.
Pizza, salads at Fatty's. Well, his
Fatty's.
wife, and I don't want to get too much personal, but his wife is Fatima, and I think he calls her Fatty. So I think,
cute.
yeah, super cute. So I'm pumped about that one.
Yeah.
As soon as it opens, Tony, let me know. I'll be there. Call me.
Yes, let us know. We'll hit up the Rite Aid
Well, the Bharmacy first, and then we'll
Pharmacy
get
with the lobster salad.
Yeah.
Yes. So we were going to talk about too, just Greenville is kind of a central location, and we're in between Charlotte and we're in between Atlanta. So there's a lot to do between the two cities, and Asheville's super close. But just like a drive away, if there's anything that's been like a favorite to you, we've been up to Stone Mountain.
Yep.
We've done Stone Mountain, and that is awesome in Atlanta. So we've done that as like a little getaway. Asheville, there's some cute, what's it called? Glamping?
Yes,
Glamping.
Oh, I
glamping.
did that too.
Did
yeah.
you do glamping, the domes or any of
Yeah,
that?
You did
Yeah,
that?
Okay,
we
tell
did.
us. Tell us.
So
I've been dying to do it.
We went
Yeah.
over Labor Day to Under Canvas. It's called the brand. So
Okay.
it's about 30 minutes outside of the Great Smokies.
Okay.
And then they have one in Asheville, like
do.
a sister one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh.
we experienced
What is that?
glamping.
What's it called? Do
I
you
don't
know?
know what their Asheville location
Okay.
is called.
I think it's called Asheville Glamping.
Glamping.
Yeah, company or something.
Yes,
Georgia
something.
Glamping. There's all these different
Yes.
brands that are the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not roughing it by any means
No,
because I am not
no.
a camper.
No.
By
There was
nature.
the one, and it was the dome, and they've got a slide in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
And they have
I
great
know.
food too and drinks.
See,
It's-
that's
it's
like
definitely
right
a
up our
hotel.
alley for like boy moms.
Yeah.
That would be
Right.
That's what we need to be doing.
And they do s'mores at night, and it
that's so
still feels like
fun.
you're camping, but then you go and stay in a West Elm bed. And
Right.
You're like, okay, this is
Yes.
a better fit for us.
Is that fun for you?
Yeah. So we do a lot of like camping, but
That's not camping.
well,
No, okay.
I mean, but stuff like that. After a while, like being dirty and smelly and gross all the time.
Yeah.
Glamping
The other day
sounds
I talked to
fantastic.
her this past Monday.
Yeah.
And she's like, we had a really long weekend and we were out.
Oh,
We only had a sleeping bag.
Uh-huh.
And we
On the
couldn't-
ground, no tent.
On the ground. And we
That is
couldn't talk
camping.
for 24 hours. And I was like, I don't understand your level of fun.
Yeah. I don't find fun.
I would have made it for 5 minutes. It was like a voluntary naked and afraid / like, like solitary confinement.
Yeah, no.
Kind of.
So like you'll be really living the dream if you get in one of those like
I know.
pods glamping.
Like real like thread
like
count
the Ritz.
sheets. I know.
Okay.
It's the Ritz in the woods.
Yeah, I do want to do that. It was Bennett's birthday in July, and I had scheduled this family trip, and we were going to go rent out little, like, kind of like tree houses. It's called Canoga, and a friend of mine, her husband is like the CFO up there. Anyway, I was so excited about it, and then quarantine stuff, and my parents had to quarantine when they got home for 2 weeks, and it just ended up falling through, but I was really excited about that.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do that. So I think that's something we're going to do. Because, obviously, like, the holidays are coming up.
Yeah.
And right now, I don't think I could have one more toy
I
in
agree.
my house.
Yeah, we are big into giving experiences.
Yes.
Experiences.
And
Yes.
Yep. Hotel stays. Actually, last year I offered a gift certificate that you could print and give to a family member to give them a good go and do good hotel stay.
That's
like
awesome.
pick somewhere in
Great.
the directory because people, like you said, they can just buy the stuff when they need it.
Yes.
But an experience is something you just can never get on your own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know. And, having, like, multiple kids, like, you usually have toy overload.
Yeah.
So how much more can you have? And,
Well, and it's
granted,
teaching-
that's a first world problem. Like, not everybody
That is true.
has
Yeah.
that.
But even teaching kids, those kids who do have toy overload, the importance of an experience and, whether they like it or not, putting your phone away for 10 minutes and spending time with your family. I've got a 15-year-old, and that's an issue sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
But I love that. I love giving of experiences.
We are surprising our kids this year, so hopefully they don't get on Facebook without me looking, but we're taking them to Hotel Valley Ho in the directory, so we're doing the Grand Canyon for Christmas.
Oh, that is so nice.
So, we haven't flown, to be honest,
Okay.
since February. We went to the Russell in Nashville right before we moved and flew. But we have been just leery of people's concerns with flying and just our own comfort level, but we're ready to do it again. We're going to fly to Philly for New Jersey for Thanksgiving. And then for December, we're going to do small gifts, but we're going to go experience the Grand Canyon together and then stay at a hotel that's giving
so
back.
nice.
So
That's
we're excited for
fantastic.
that.
Yeah, I think the boys, well, now it's tougher again with Bo being so little, but like the bigger boys are just like ready for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But we went to the Grand Canyon when it was the national championship. It
Oh,
seems like
yeah.
that's the only time we travel, my husband and I.
Clemson game.
Yes.
That's funny.
Whatever works to get him.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go to Chicago this week, actually today, which I know I'm timing myself, stamping the time.
That's all right.
Okay, whatever. But we were supposed to do the Notre Dame game and go to Chicago, and obviously that's not happening.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we'll be ready to travel. What was the one in Atlanta you told me about?
So I was about to say that in these big cities near us, like Charlotte and Atlanta, there's not that many good hotels. And that's the sad part of this journey I've been on. I've been trying to find hotels for the directory for about a year, and there's only just under 100 hotels that give back around the world.
Wow.
So these are like finding rare diamonds. They're not just common hotels.
Right.
But there is one 3 hours from here called the Barnsley Resort. I'm actually going to pull the kids from school. So, don't tell on me. But
I won't tell Bennett.
Okay, don't tell Bennett. Yeah. I could bring Bennett, maybe. We'll see. But we're heading to the Barnsley Resort. It is in Adairsville, Georgia, which I think is a suburb of Atlanta. And it is, or in Georgia, and it is a mountainous kind of exciting outdoor adventure. But the cool part is that animals are welcome, and they give 75%, or 75%, they wish, $75 of an overnight stay to Paws Atlanta. So our dog is coming with us.
Oh, cute.
That's
for a little
awesome.
couple
What about a
days.
weird cat lady like Ashley?
Welcome. Yeah,
Bring your
sure.
cat?
Yeah,
Isn't that weird?
No, it's fine.
Weird.
How many cats
You
do
can
you
still
have
get
now?
back when you have cats.
Three cats.
Have you? But okay, my son's obsessed with cats.
One
My
day he
middle
showed
one.
up in a cat suit at our office, and I was like, I like this kid.
That cat suit makes a regular appearance, and he has more than one. But he's totally obsessed with cats.
That's
so
funny.
for his birthday, I think when he turned 4, we adopted a kitten from the Humane Society, and then we went back there one day to do something, and there was an older cat that we ended up adopting, and then we took in a foster cat that we just couldn't send back. But we're done. We're done with animals. But like you see the joy on this kid's face when he's around a cat, and you just can't. It's
You had a viral video
He was playing
Right?
tic-tac-toe
He
with
was
his
playing
cat.
tic-tac-toe.
Oh,
He would
really
put the
does love
treats
'em.
down.
Yeah.
He does. He would put the treats down, and then he would pick a treat and feed it to the cat, and then that would be his, and then the cat would take its little paw, meow, and it would pick its treat, and then that would, I swear to you.
That is pretty cute.
Yep. Weird cat family.
Yeah. I would be itchy,
That was
but
the
it's
quarantine
cute.
entertainment.
It
Because
was
even I watched it. I was like, oh, that's so great.
That's awesome.
You got to do what you got to do sometimes. It was just, and this was like right when everything came down, and we were like 3 weeks in, like, oh my gosh, like, I was like,
Yeah.
let's play tic-tac-toe with the cat. So
Yeah. Oh, back in the good old days when quarantine was only three weeks in.
yeah.
Now it's gotten real heavy and dark.
It really
Yeah.
has.
I don't see an end in sight.
Now I'm like, Kitty, let's take a shot.
Come on, cat.
Oh my gosh.
Now, have you ever been to like the Whitewater Center?
Oh, up in Charlotte,
Have
outside
you
of
done
Charlotte.
that?
No.
We've done that. We did the Rapids, and that is no joke.
With
But
kids though? See, I think
Nope.
that's yeah. Okay.
Nope. But they have trails. They have the rock climbing. They have a lot up there for kids, but I
Yeah.
have not been since having the boys.
Yeah. One of my favorites that we were talking about Asheville that I just thought of is with fall, right? From Florida, I had not had fall
Real
in 17
seasons,
years.
yeah.
So I researched for hours what to do for fall for our kids. So we found the Asheville Visitor Center was the best spot to park and then get out and
Okay.
hike. So they have a
Oh.
2.3 mile kid-friendly hike that you're in the parking lot. So like when Griffin starts melting down, you just go get
Right.
goldfish and then you go back at
Yeah,
it.
okay.
But the trees are as beautiful as they are when you drive it.
Yeah.
So that's a really good option if your kids don't want to sit in the car and look at the
Yes, that's a
parkway.
great idea.
You actually have a place that you get out and walk around.
And then you can go glamping.
I mean, yeah,
in
go glamping.
Asheville.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great
I
idea.
love that.
Anything else that you can think of, like around us? I know in the fall it's like apple picking,
know,
and we did a
love
lot of
Skytop.
orchards.
Skytop.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, we've done a couple other orchards, but like I totally base my orchard experience on the level of the donuts.
Ooh, what's your favorite donut?
Skytop.
yeah, it's great. That's all I've had, but it's
Sorry.
Justice is pretty good. You don't think it's as good?
great. I've not been, so I can't say.
I'm
a big
we went to
Skytop
Justice
fan.
this past year, and I liked it. It was a little smaller.
It's more manageable, and I
Yes.
like the activities there, but the donuts.
The donuts.
It's
You're
all
going for the
totally-
donut.
It is.
Yeah,
It's-
and you can't buy them at the store.
No.
Like you can't go
Oh,
to Lowe's Foods.
No,
or
not at all.
They
Cider
do.
donuts.
They've got the apple cider
Yeah.
donuts at
No,
Lowe's. It is
pass.
nothing like waiting 3 hours to get 1 dozen donuts at Skytop. I mean, it's just an experience everybody should have to do.
Yeah, it's great.
It's like waiting in line for, at Disney. It's
Right.
It's,
Yep. It's worth it though.
It
in
is.
the long run, the memory of
That's
eating
exactly
the
right. The
donut.
memory of everybody crying because we're waiting there 2.5 hours for a single dozen donut.
Then
Yeah.
you eat it, and it's worth it. Yeah.
We usually do the orchard and then take the car back through Travelers Rest.
Yeah.
And then we'll have lunch.
Yeah.
NTR.
So cute there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like for people coming to Greenville, I was telling my client who's from Florida, she's like, what is there to do? I'm like, we have so many parks.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
outdoor-
Runway Park.
I
Runway
love
Park.
Runway Park.
We had a birthday party there for my son right when the pandemic started, when we first moved here. Just great. I mean, especially
it's
for
great.
kids that like airplanes or they like to fly.
Or bring your bicycle. It's a
Yeah.
great place.
Race path.
Yep.
Yep.
The Roper Mountain Science Center. Have you done that?
Yes. Yep.
That is wonderful.
Yep.
My friend was just telling me about the Malden Cultural Center. She said they redid the parks there, and apparently it's wonderful. So that's on my to-do list,
Cool.
as is now Asheville glamping and the Virginia trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like anniversary wise, everybody talks about Old Edwards up in Cashiers. So we did Old Edwards once up in
Never done that
Cashiers.
yet.
Yeah.
There's a great local option. Have you heard of Hotel Domestique?
Yes, over it's
Yeah.
right by our
We're
scout camp.
thinking of going tomorrow. So my husband took off Friday, Monday, so we may just do like a day trip there and grab
Will you
the
do
lunch.
a little review for us?
I know I will. Yeah,
So
we're
that
really
it's owned
excited.
by Hincappy?
Hincappy.
Oh, I don't know.
George
The
Hincappy.
cyclist.
Oh, I didn't
Yes.
know that. Okay.
So
That
they're
makes
always
sense.
they're always doing the
Yeah,
bike races
yeah.
up there, but it's
It looks like
it's
Europe.
beautiful.
I mean, it does
Yeah.
not look like it's South
No.
Carolina.
No, I think they
Beautiful.
did that on purpose
Yes.
to try to give it that feel.
Yeah.
But we haven't been because, again, Bo.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say Corona, but you took it to your baby.
Corona and Bo.
Yeah.
One day
Yeah.
I'm going to be the one like, hey, I went here this weekend instead of like my big day at the park.
Yes.
or when your kids get old enough that like you can leave the like trips old enough that he could watch the other two for like short periods of time
Yeah,
because
like hotel,
brothers
you can
and-
run to Hotel
Right.
Domestique and come back.
yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely not there yet. But is there anything else you want to mention before?
Want to plug your website and your Instagram?
Sure. Yeah. So the website is goanddogood.com. You can find us on Instagram at the handle of Go and Do Good. And we're on Facebook. Yeah. But yeah, it's just a directory of hotels that give back generously to others. And, travel is frustrating right now. Yeah. It just is. But people are starting to be interested again, and we're not going to just stay home forever.
No, I know.
So if you're starting to plan travel, it can be a really good resource, and you can feel really good about it.
Right.
And can you update on our page the Hotel Domestique?
Yes,
I'm
I
really
will.
curious.
I'm trying to. We were supposed to actually shiplap tomorrow in the farmhouse.
Okay.
My husband took off to shiplap.
Okay.
But I turned it into this actually, let's just do Hotel Domestique tomorrow. So we're still 50-50, but we'll try to make
Shiplap,
right.
Hotel stay.
An everlasting house project, or 2 hours drinking at Hotel Domestique.
Ooh.
2 hours.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Or you can go to the Bharmacy.
You can go to the Bharmacy.
I don't have to go
Shiplap
far.
and then go to the
I could do
Bharmacy.
both.
Yeah, you have the fancy travel on that. Actually, it's like I'm watching some traffic go by at the Bharmacy.
I'm gonna go sleep in a tent and then go to the Bharmacy.
So we've got both options for you. But thank you so much for coming.
Thanks,
and again, that when you reached out initially, I was like, oh, we'll talk about Bennett and Griffin.
And you're like, boom,
They are cute little
she
boys.
dropped her credentials on you.
Boy. And then I felt like, oh, well, thank you for wanting to come on our little podcast.
No, I love what you guys are doing. Being a new mom to Greenville, it's so important to have community. And that's kind of the number one reason I started the directory is you have to find community.
Yeah.
So I love what you guys are doing.
Oh,
I think it's great
you.
to have moms feel welcome here.
Yes.
Oh, well, thank you. We appreciate you coming.
Yes, thank you.
And thanks, everybody, for joining in. And we look forward to next time.
See ya.